All right, I'm just going to give you a description really quick, and you tell me you tell me what you think about the description. So someone is taken when they're really young, they're MK Ultra'd, they're mind fractured, they're then immediately after they're taken to a jump room in New York or in California that takes them to the moon or takes them to Mars. And then they fight aliens in space with super highly advanced technology, laser guns, regenerative technology, med beds, and all this crazy stuff. After their service, they're immediately age regressed back in time to the very point that they were taken.
Yeah, which is impossible, completely impossible. So the last week in federal court, Corey Good is suing his former business partners, Roger Ramseur and Leon Kennedy and Adrian Youngblood. And he had to do a deposition under oath, and he declared that all of his adventures were channeled and that none of it really happened. He never was in outer space. He was never in the secret space program. He was never in my lab. He was never taken in any programs. The whole thing was channeled in his living room. And I'm just going to say this about that. Yes, I feel very vindicated that I came out almost 3 years ago and said I thought the whole thing was BS. But if I would think that if it was channeled, that he should have dropped the lawsuits then, because I mean the lawsuits are really basically because me and Cliff High and some other people said we didn't believe the story. So we were right, and he was wrong. So it's a real mess, as it shows you that wow, you can make documentaries and TV shows and graphic novels and books and documentaries, all based on nothing.
And when he's saying that this stuff is all channeled information and he got it all sitting in his living room and everything, what does that say about the rest of the community? Because he was for a period of time, he was the most popular person in this community, the secret space program community that was talking about this. So what does this say for all the other people that are also talking about it?
Well, it says a lot, doesn't it? And the other thing that should be noted is that I probably asked him, I bet I asked him 50 times if this was channeled. Is it possible if this is channeled? Is it possible, Corey, that you're just channeling stuff that you really didn't know? Nope, it's all real. And then, you get really upset if he'd get really upset if you challenged him on things. So, which is what liars do, kind of, don't they? But, yeah, so, so the whole thing is BS, and the UFO community took it on the chin, I guess. And what's really interesting about all this is that at the same time that, almost at the same time that he was doing his deposition, he was coming out on Facebook and Twitter with these crazy stuff about, I'm going to expose all the dark side of the UFO community, and I'm going to make documentaries, and we're going to do. And I'm like, wow, what the hell? This is so over the top, right? At the same time, he's admitting that he's the guy making up the stories. I mean, what's the difference between channeling and, I'm a writer. I use my imagination to come up with, storylines and things. Am I channeling when I'm using my imagination to come up with storylines? Like when I write a movie script, am I channeling? I mean, I could say I am, I guess. And, but it's not. It's just me using my imagination to tell a story. And I'm not, so anyway, David Wilcock really looks really bad. Oh my God, he looks so bad now. It is unbelievable. And, I feel sorry for him in a way because he fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And, Gaia too, they fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. And a lot of damage was done. A lot of damage was done. And the real question is, so he puts out his graphic novel, came out a couple months ago, right? And the very first thing in the graphic novel is he gets a detached retina, but playing with his kids. And he goes to the doctor. The doctor tells him that he has astronauts on it. This triggers the memories. Okay, this incident that he says happened triggered the memories of his time in the secret space program. Well, this only came out a couple of months ago. There's nowhere in the comic book to say this is channeled, so it's based on a true story, right? So, you know, did you were you channeling it and then telling everybody it was real, or did you think it was real and then later discovered it was channeling, but you did nothing to correct the record, or are you just using your imagination and you're lying in court?
Yeah. But when you look at it too, the stories and the things that these people in the SSP community talk about doesn't match up or align with anything that's happening in reality. Right. So look at that. When you look at that critically and logically, like it doesn't make any sense.
Furthermore, he tried to trademark SSP and Secret Space Program. And it was not in it. He channeled it. So why is he trademarking it? I mean, you weren't even in it.